Gentlemen, let's talk about something most of us were never taught, not in school, not by our fathers, and certainly not in the locker room. We were handed myths, bravado, and silence when what we actually needed was understanding, honesty, and a healthier way of thinking about our sexual health and performance. Today, I want to change that. Because the way a man thinks about his sexual health shapes not just his intimate life, it shapes his confidence, his relationships, his mental health, and ultimately, who he becomes as a person. This is not a speech about techniques or tricks. This is about mindset. And mindset, as any coach, therapist, or high performer will tell you, is everything. We live in a culture obsessed with performance. We measure success in reps, results, and rankings. And somewhere along the way, we dragged that same scoreboard mentality into the bedroom. We started asking the wrong questions. Am I good enough? Did I last long enough? Was it impressive enough? And those questions, rooted in fear, comparison, and ego, are the single greatest enemy of genuine sexual health and satisfaction. Here's the truth. The moment you turn intimacy into a performance, you lose the plot entirely. You stop being present with your partner and start auditioning for a role you invented in your own mind. You become an actor, not a lover. Performance anxiety is one of the most common sexual health challenges men face, and yet it remains one of the least discussed. Studies consistently show that psychological factors, stress, self-doubt, fear of judgment, are leading contributors to erectile dysfunction, low libido, and sexual dissatisfaction, even in otherwise healthy men. Your mind is your most powerful sexual organ. When it's working against you, everything else struggles to keep up. To fix something, we need to understand its roots. For most men, the damage starts early. Pornography presents an unrealistic, often theatrical version of sex that has almost nothing to do with real human intimacy. Social media reinforces impossible standards of masculinity, the idea that a real man is always ready, always dominant, always in control. And the men around us rarely open up about their own struggles, leaving each of us to assume we're the only one dealing with insecurity or difficulty. This creates a silent epidemic. Men suffering alone, too proud or too ashamed to seek help, support, or even information. And the longer we stay silent, the deeper the problem grows. The first act of courage in men is sexual health is simply this: be willing to be honest with yourself, with a partner, with a doctor, with a trusted friend. Honesty is not weakness. It is the foundation of every healthy relationship, including the one you have with yourself. Let's challenge the scorecard. Let's throw out the metrics we were never supposed to be measuring in the first place. Great sexual health is not about duration, frequency, or physical performance alone. It's about connection, presence, communication, and mutual enjoyment. It's about being attuned to your partner and to yourself. It's about creating an environment where both people feel safe, seen, and valued. When you shift your focus from performing to connecting, something remarkable happens. The pressure dissolves. The anxiety quiets. Your body, no longer hijacked by stress hormones, responds naturally. Presence is the antidote to performance anxiety. Mindfulness, the practice of being fully in the moment without judgment, has been shown in clinical research to significantly improve sexual function and satisfaction in men. Simply learning to breathe, to slow down, to notice sensation without immediately evaluating it, can transform your intimate life in ways no pill or technique ever could. Mindset is everything, but it doesn't exist in a vacuum. Your mental performance is directly tied to your physical health, and this is where many men also fall short. Cardiovascular health is sexual health. Blood flow, heart function, and vascular integrity are at the core of erectile function. Regular exercise, even 30 minutes of moderate cardio most days, has been shown to improve sexual function significantly. It also reduces stress, balances hormones, and builds the kind of embodied confidence that no supplement can replicate. Sleep is non-negotiable. Testosterone, the hormone most associated with male libido and sexual function, is produced primarily during deep sleep. Chronic sleep deprivation tanks testosterone levels, crushes motivation, and amplifies anxiety. If you're cutting corners on rest, you're cutting corners on your health in ways you may not even see. Nutrition matters. Diets high in processed foods, sugar, and alcohol impair circulation, disrupt hormones, and contribute to inflammation, all of which affect sexual performance. A diet rich in whole foods, healthy fats, zinc, and antioxidants supports the hormonal balance and vascular health that underpins strong sexual function. And alcohol, let's be real about this one. While society links alcohol with lowered inhibitions and increased confidence, the physiological reality is very different. Alcohol is a depressant. It reduces sensitivity, impairs erectile function, and over time, with heavy use, can cause lasting hormonal damage. Moderation isn't just good advice, it's essential for sustained sexual health. We spend so much time focused on the physical mechanics of sex, and so little time learning how to talk about it. This is a serious gap. Communicating openly with a partner about desires, boundaries, insecurities, and needs is not just emotionally healthy, it is directly linked to sexual satisfaction for both people. Research consistently shows that couples who communicate openly about sex report higher satisfaction, greater intimacy, and fewer sexual health challenges. And yet, for many men, this feels like the hardest thing in the world. We were taught to be stoic, self-sufficient, and quietly competent. We were not taught to say, "I've been feeling anxious lately. I want to understand what you need. I'm going through something and I need your patience." Those words, spoken vulnerably and honestly, are not signs of weakness. They are acts of profound strength. They are what separate a man who simply has sex from a man who truly connects. If you are experiencing persistent erectile dysfunction, significant changes in libido, pain, or other physical symptoms, see a doctor. Sexual health is a window into your overall health. A doctor is not someone to be embarrassed in front of, they are a partner in your well-being. If anxiety, depression, past trauma, or relationship difficulties are affecting your intimate life, speak to a therapist. Sex therapy and cognitive behavioral therapy have strong clinical evidence behind them and have helped countless men reclaim confidence and joy in their intimate lives. Asking for help is not giving up. It is the smartest, most masculine thing you can do. Here is what I want to leave you with. Sexual health is not separate from who you are. It is woven into your identity, your confidence, your relationships, and your sense of self. When you invest in it with the same seriousness you bring to your career, your fitness, or your finances, everything changes. Stop performing. Start connecting. Stop hiding. Start talking. Stop comparing. Start appreciating the real, complex, beautifully imperfect human being you are. The most attractive thing a man can bring to any intimate relationship is not a flawless performance. It is presence, honesty, warmth, and the courage to be real. That is the mindset worth building. That is the foundation worth standing on. Take care of your health. Take care of your mind. Take care of the people you're lucky enough to be close to. And most importantly, take care of yourself. Thank you.